What up? Your boy MC Shadow. I would say happy 4th of July, but I mean, we already know what it is, you know what I mean? So, for those who are celebrating 4th of July, happy 4th of July. For those who are not, I understand why not. So, you know what I mean? So, I get the whole, aspect to it. First of all, I'd like to say, you know, to anybody out there that's not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, comment, I want to hear what you guys say, if you guys agree with my thoughts and, and all of that. Babe, you better comment. That goes especially for you, baby. You better comment, man. Don't make me get home and I already know what's gonna crack. Nah, put a pedal. But with the jokes to the side, let me first off by saying, let me get my point of view. That way people understand, because I know the way I explain stuff and like we all make mistakes. You know what I mean? I'm not the best, and I'm not really good at explaining, scenarios. I'm able to admit that. You know what I mean? So I could change it for the better. Like I said, that's why it's always important, to, you know, understand our flaws. That way we could change it for the better. Um, so like I said, I'm not good with explaining stuff. So that way people be like, well, don't get the idea. It's like, man, this was a hypocrite, and woo woo. Let me give my personal take on it. Not me, I'm a gang member from a gang and everything. I have different points of view. The way I was raised and everything like that. Because people have to understand. Everything goes back to how you were raised. From when you're young, it's going to have a big impact and a big effect on how you're brought up. People may not think so and think otherwise, but nah, homie. Ask anybody that's been through some shit, homie. Since you're young, that's just going to stay in your head no matter how much you try to get rid of it, man. That's just some real shit. So I have different views. I could give advice and I could talk peace, but I won't follow it because, like I said, I'm from a gang. Something that's taboo that you guys won't know. The ones that are from it will understand. The ones that are not won't understand. And it's fine because this world is not made to make sense and it's not made to be understood. You know what I mean? Life doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? I'm able to recognize it, but I can't change it due to the way I was just brought up, the way I was bred. Psychological shit, man. Like I said, it is a trip. Fuck it. What could I do? Anywho, so that's my point of view on it. You know what I mean? People want to try to relate their scenarios to mine, but it's like you have no knowledge on what I'm talking about. So how could you possibly try to relate? Yours is a choice, that you can still change. Mine is just something that's engraved. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Anywho, so now since we're kids, we're brought up a certain way. We're taught a certain way, and that stays with us. Military does these tactics. The school system is designed this way. You keep setting the structure, and people will follow it. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. People see, the thing is that people want to hold everybody to their standards, right? Based on the people they know and the shit that they see. But there's other people that go through some shit, right? Go through foster homes, you know social services. All kinds of shit goes down where this system has failed them, and they feel like this system has failed them. So for people to criticize these people and say, these people should be happy with, man, there's some shit that has happened in this world where people have been through some shit. You know what I mean? Like that we don't know of. So for us to try to be like, they should be happy that this shit is just the way it is. Nah, my boy, like, there's some kids that been through some fucking horrendous shit, homie. And then for you still to expect them to be the same mental and mind state as everybody else, nah, I mean, come on now. How can we ask that upon anybody? You know what I mean? And we can't even be able to fathom like the whole scenario that they've been through. So how are we gonna ask that, from them? We have to take it from that point of view. Because not everybody was raised the same. Everybody was raised different. Like for example, now if you celebrating 4th of July right now, and you were at them rallies. I'm sorry, I'm net I am, but you're a hypocrite, homie. This holiday represents freedom. So if you feel oppressed and you feel like you don't have any freedom, how the fuck are you gonna celebrate it? Oh well, you couldn't sacrifice a fucking carne asada and some pisto all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Now, if you want, look, like I tell people, the change for future starts now in the present. Because even though it doesn't affect you, and that's why people are not able to grasp what's going on, or not willing to, or don't accept it, because it doesn't affect you now, but it might affect your children, it might affect your grandchildren, it might affect your great grandchildren. Think about that. You know what I mean? And if you don't give a fuck about your great grandchildren, that's your pedo. You know what I mean? But that's something to think about. You know what I mean? So it has to start now. So the way I see it, since I'm a gang member, my brain is structured different. Like I said, I'm able to see the scenarios, but I'm not able to change them due to the desmadre or whatever the fuck. Um, I don't feel like I ever been oppressed. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the system is fucked up and everything like that, but the way I see it, it is what it is, and I don't care enough to like go out there and change it and shit like that. You know what I mean? Um, built differently. You know what I mean? The ones that are fighting out there, I'm not gonna say that they're fucking lame, stupid, and everything like that. Nah, they're doing what they're supposed to. Speak your mind. Don't let them take your freedom. And if this is how you feel, that I respect all of that. You know, if people respect my views, then I'll respect their views. You know what I mean? And even if they don't respect mine, I'll still respect theirs because I'm bigger than that. You know what I mean? I'm able to like see beyond that. I don't know that guy's situation. He's probably been through some shit. Why he feels like that? I'm not gonna be able to judge him and say, point him out for the shit that he does. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna try to understand like if I know what he's been through. You know what I mean? I respect that. So now how I say, like if people want to understand, it starts now. One of the main flaws is that people think that children are naive and dumb when they're so smart. You know what I mean? Like, as from the age that they start talking is when you should start explaining stuff, right? Like, let's say, for example, you're the parent, right? You don't want to celebrate 4th of July because you have your views, but you don't want to ruin it for your children. You sit them down on the couch or table or whatever. You tell them, but in the way for them to be able to understand, even from the most smallest, that this is what's going on, this is how you feel, but that if they still want to celebrate 4th of July, that they could. Even if like 2 brothers want to and 1 sister doesn't, or 3 sisters want to but 2 brothers don't, that it's fine, that we still love you, we still accept you, and all of that. You know what I mean? And that you can still celebrate it. We're not gonna celebrate it, but you can still celebrate it, and it's fine. It's perfectly fine and natural. That way, they grow up to respect other people's decisions, to see it from different points of view, to be able to like have conversation, respect. You teach them so many lessons. You know what I mean? That's if you want. You know what I'm saying? Because people be like, nah, they're dumb. They're not gonna understand it. Nah, that is your mistake. But if you're not willing to realize it, I mean, I don't know. That's your pedo. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why there's never no change. Because the change has to start when they're young, not when they're already, más o menos, already built their mind state. Moving forward is gonna be that's gonna be a difficult battle for you. Why do you think from kindergarten they start showing all of these people like what it is? The military system. How many times do they have to keep them on that day-to-day structure for them to end up the way that they are? They had to imply it heavily. If you're not trying to make it seem like a military structure, do it when they're young, and just for them to be able to respect and understand, like the bigger picture of everything. I'm not saying you have to ruin it for them and everything like that, and that they have to actually like want to choose what you choose. You know what I mean? But at least you're giving them that sense of respect, and they're able to see it, acknowledge it, and maybe not understand it, but they're able to see and acknowledge it, and able to respect other people's decisions and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what I'm saying. Like, people just need to understand that, and I think once they understand that, they're able to understand other people and and everything that they do. You know what I mean?